What up, everybody? Ghost Season 2, Episode 4 was titled, Getting These Ends, and the Tejadas were in a rush to come up with money after Zeke became the lead suspect in Jabari Reynolds' murder case, so they could pay for Davis. At this time, Kane was reporting to Mecca what was going on when Mecca decided that he would help, possibly primarily after Kane said the name Zeke Cross, and Mecca asked if that was Kane's brother, knowing Zeke was his son from the name. Mecca told Kane that they could kill two birds with one stone, and there was a rival dealer named Mahoney who was moving in on his territory, and that he wants Mahoney gone, but more importantly, he wants his money, all of it. Mecca went on to tell Kane that Mahoney had some fronts and he would give Kane the locations, and it was his job to clean Mahoney out. So Kane got Brayden to be his getaway driver as he went to make these robberies. The first spot they went to, I'm not sure what it was. It was likely a stash house or something like that. But Kane went in and came out with a bag full of money, catching a couple bodies in the process. And they fled the scene with two guys shooting at Brayden's car. But the next robbery is what could come back around to haunt Brayden. This was a robbery of Mahoney's jewelry store. Kane and Brayden went to this spot after hours, just as the man was about to close. He let Brayden in though after Brayden showed him his black card. But notice as Brayden is walking in, the sign on the door that says all activity is being digitally recorded and monitored off premises. This means Mahoney has a copy of this robbery, and it even took a second to zoom in on this sign like it would come back to play later on down the line. And the thing about it is that Brayden didn't even have a mask on, but his face was completely exposed for the camera, while Kane came on with a mask on so he wouldn't be able to be identified. Something else that could also cause a problem down the line, and I'll get to that in a minute. But even if Mahoney called the cops to make a claim for insurance purposes with this jewelry store, as a gangster, he likely didn't show the security footage to the cops, planning to take justice into his own hands if given the opportunity. And even though Kane did shoot out the security cameras, this was after for sure it already got Brayden on camera. When Kane got back and talked to Mecca, Mecca said this concerning Mahoney. Great work with Mahoney. He's in fucking ruins, just like I like my enemies. Just in case anybody thought Kane killed Mahoney in that first robbery. He never actually got to Mahoney, he just cleaned him out at the time. Getting us to our current timeline, heading into Season 4, Episode 3, after being told not to get back in the game as a condition of their truce with Noma, Tariq and Brayden, sick of being broke, decide to get back into the game anyway. And we know from one of the Season 4 promo videos that Tariq will turn to Davis, telling him that he needs a new connect without the Tejadas or Noma knowing about it. And Davis tells him good, he's taking 20%. And Davis needs this money right about now after officially getting his law license suspended, pending a hearing where he could possibly even get disbarred. And Davis is going to introduce them to a new connect. The Episode 3 trailer shows this man taking the bag full of money that Tariq and Brayden bring him and tossing it, and telling Tariq he's a cocky mother. Then Davis tells Tariq to do whatever he has to do to convince this man to give Tariq the product. And from the looks of the original promo that showed Tariq asking Davis for a new plug, Tariq's gonna get this man to give him the product because it shows what looks like this same man with his arms around Tariq and Brayden saying something about his new customers. But the big question we got to ask is this new plug that Davis hooks Tariq and Brayden up with Mahoney? And if he is, most likely he will recognize Brayden from that security footage. And since Kane had on a mask, he will likely also think that Tariq was who helped Brayden rob him. Then again, Tariq and Brayden would be stuck hustling in a position where they can't stack up any type of money because Mahoney would have them working for him simply to pay off their debt from those robberies. And the thing about that is that Tariq has no idea about Brayden hitting those licks with Kane in the first place. Brayden lied to Tariq about what he was doing, telling Tariq he was hanging out with his. And this is how Kane was able to plant Ramirez's badge in Tariq's dorm room in the first place. Then if Mahoney has Tariq and Brayden under his thumb, they would likely be looking for a way out like we saw Ghost and Tommy do so many times in Power with Milan and Jason Mitchell, especially how Jason kept finding a way to keep them in debt and under his thumb. Mahoney might try to do the exact same thing with Tariq and Brayden. We can also see that Mahoney's involved in some kind of underground fight club. And there's another clip with Kane fighting at this same spot. So the big question is, how does Kane find out about this spot? And how does he end up in the ring with Tariq's new plug? Is this because when questioned about those robberies, in order to get Mahoney to spare his and Tariq's lives, Brayden tells Mahoney about Kane, and that it was Kane who was with him at those robberies and not Tariq? So could we possibly see Mahoney and Kane fight a match to death? Because I saw a clip of Monet pistol whipping somebody who looked like Brayden in a studio. Could this be because Brayden got Kane killed by Mahoney? I doubt it, but at the same time, it could be a possibility. And people been saying forever now that Tariq needs to learn how to fight, and that Ghost should have taught Tariq how to fight. But my question is, can somebody actually teach you how to fight, or is experience the best teacher? Because I'm pretty sure nobody taught Tommy Egan how to fight, but he learned how to fight because he got jumped every day after school. In the same way, could we even see Mahoney force Tariq and Brayden in the ring to fight people as a way to pay off their debt? And Power has a history of mentioning a character, then introducing them to the storyline later on. Simon Stern was mentioned at the beginning of Power, and later on we were introduced to him. Same with Milan before he showed up on the scene as Ghost's new security guard, Dean. The Jimenez brothers were mentioned throughout Power, but come to find out that it was actually the Jimenez siblings when we were later introduced to Diego and Alicia, as well as Angela's nephew, Junior, who was also mentioned throughout Power, but wasn't introduced until Angela's funeral in Season 6. But regardless if this new plug is Mahoney or not, I heard the actor who plays this character was really good from his role on Mayor of Kingstown. I wouldn't personally know because I don't watch cop shows, because I don't talk to cops, not even in the roadblock. Future voice. And there you have it. Leave your thoughts, theories, and predictions in the comments.